The whirlwind of American Idol can make or break you. And for David Archuleta, it took a good while to discover his true voice after landing in the spotlight at just 16 years old on season 7. Now 28, but still looks 16, the singer-songwriter is touring in support of his most personal album to date, Postcards in the Sky. And you can catch him tonight at the Birchmere. But we have him first for a special performance right here on Good Morning Washington. I mean, I watched that season, and I can't. You,
really?
You look really good. Okay. I mean, you haven't aged a bit.
Thank
Do
you.
people say that to you all the time?
People, yeah, they usually think I'm
still
17 or 18 still. Oddly, I'm trying to look older, my age, but
you look great. Trust me, when you get to my age, you're going to appreciate that. So talk about this most personal album. What was so personal about this?
Well, it was my first time actually releasing something as. I felt like it was myself for the first time. I had just gotten back from being a missionary for 2 years, so I stepped away from music. I didn't have anyone telling me how to make an album, how to be more famous and stuff. It was just me being able to speak on my own and the new perspective I'd gained after being an artist and taking a break and then coming back to music. And I learned how to speak up. So that's been a lot of this music. It's like, okay, I'm learning how to speak up myself, and I'm like, who else needs to learn how to believe in themselves a little more and what they have to say too and speak up.
Which is so great. We were just talking about it yesterday because it was in the news about Justin Bieber. He's talking openly about working on his mental health and getting to know who he is. And again, somebody that was discovered young kind of never really was able to become, maybe he was a version of what people wanted him to be. Did you feel that as well?
Oh man, yeah. At least I felt like my label tried. Tried to get me to I think Idol did help a little bit, that people got to see me each week and hear me talk, and I got to choose what songs I would share. But then when I got signed to a label, it was like, okay, we want you to be something edgy and hip so that you'll appeal to more people.
And you're like, that's not me.
Yeah, not too much.
So you then have seen the power of being yourself now on the other side, because now you can do anything once you're you.
Yeah, I feel like in the end, that's what people connect to the most, is when you're yourself and when you're honest and when you're open. I mean, sometimes it can be hard having so many people watch you that you don't know what to be. It's like you're trying to be what people would like and what would please everyone. And so you lose yourself a lot of times. And so I feel like that's why it was so helpful to go on a mission for 2 years, because it gave me time to step away and say, wait a second, who am I again? Yeah. And it gave me a chance to remind myself of that, and then I got to write about it. So
that's awesome.
It was really helpful.
So you're in a good place. Talk about the writing process and how that went.
You know, it's funny that you mentioned mental health, because something I've been doing a lot the last few years is doing therapy. So a lot of this music comes from what I've learned from meeting with therapists. It's a lot of like understanding yourself better. And some of these songs I actually wrote on this album, and on my next album I'm going to release soon, were about going through mental health problems.
Wow.
So
powerful, and people need to hear that, because I think everyone thinks, once I get the #1 album or I get all the money in the world, all this will go away. But it's like, until you work on what's going on here, nothing's gonna change anything.
It's weird, because it's like you're up there on the stage and you have like a lot of followers suddenly and people who are really supporting you, and everyone's telling you this is what it's about, you must be so happy now, this is what life's all about. But there's moments where you're like, I'm missing something, I don't know what's going on, I know I should be happy, but what's wrong? And I think that's where you have to take a step back, take a little break, and find time for yourself to figure out, remind yourself who you are, what matters most. So I think we all need that. So.
Well, we want to see you perform right now. Great message. Thank you for being here today. You'll perform tonight, 7:30 at the Birchmere and Alexandria. David Archuleta first, right now on Good Morning Washington. Take it away, David.
Thank you. Your heart is like a map of scars, but it still carries the love. The pen and paper's in your hands, catching
in all that you think of. Throw your words into the world. What you feel, and you'll be heard. Postcards in the sky, saying what's inside, hoping it will fly away and find a way to you. Postcards in the sky, hoping it will fly away and find a way to love, dreams, hope, peace, life. That's all we have. That's all we have. Love, dreams, hope, peace, life. That's all we have. That's all we have. Fear is only love turned cold. Just a thought can change it back. One move is all it really takes. Then you'll see how life reacts. So throw your words into the world. What you